Who should answer for arming genocide? Subtitle: A hard, unforgiving call for accountability. When history looks back on the tragedy unfolding in Gaza, the world will not only remember the bombs that fell, but the hands that armed them, the signatures that approved shipments, the votes that silenced conscience, and the leaders who cloaked complicity in the language of security and solidarity. Among those whose legacy will stand trial before the court of history is Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission. Her unwavering political and moral support for Israel's military campaign, even as evidence of mass civilian casualties mounted, places her at the heart of a profound ethical and legal question. At what point does political endorsement become participation in atrocity? Under international law, notably the Arms Trade Treaty and the Geneva Conventions, states and their officials bear responsibility when supplying weapons to parties known to commit systematic violations of human rights. Yet, the European Union, under von der Leyen's stewardship, continued to provide political backing and military exports that have enabled the devastation of Gaza's civilian population. Hospitals reduced to rubble, entire families erased, and over 68,000 Palestinian deaths, including tens of thousands of children, according to humanitarian organizations. Von der Leyen's public statements have been unambiguous. She has repeatedly defended Israel's right to defend itself, while refraining from condemning indiscriminate bombings, siege tactics, and collective punishment, all prohibited under international law. By positioning the EU as an uncritical ally, she has stripped Europe of its moral credibility and transformed the Union from a supposed peace project into a silent accomplice of war crimes. Diplomacy demands balance. Leadership demands restraint. Both have been absent. While European citizens marched for peace, their institutions wrote blank checks to destruction. While international agencies pleaded for humanitarian corridors, Brussels offered political immunity to a government under investigation for genocide. Accountability cannot stop at the battlefield. It must reach the polished offices where such policies are conceived and endorsed. If Europe truly stands for human rights, then its highest officials must face scrutiny, not only in the court of public opinion, but, if necessary, before international tribunals. The question before us is no longer whether genocide has occurred. Countless witnesses, journalists, and investigators have already answered that. The question is who enabled it, and whether Europe, under Ursula von der Leyen's leadership, will confront its complicity or bury it beneath the rubble of Gaza. History will remember not the words of those who condemned too late, but the silence and the weapons of those who knew and continued anyway.